بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلك من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلك من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر نفثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلك من شر ما خلق ومن شر الراسك إذا وكب ومن شر نفثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. Say, I seek refuge in the Lord of daybreak, from the evil that which he created, and from the evil of darkness when it settles, and from the evil of the blowers and gnats, and from the evil of envy and he envies. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. Say, I seek refuge in the Lord of mankind, the King of mankind, the God of mankind, from the evil of the retreating whisperer who whispers evil into the breast of mankind from among the jinn and mankind. O Allah, I seek your protection from anxiety and grief. I seek your protection from inability and laziness. I seek your protection from cowardice and miserliness. And I seek your protection from being overcome by death and being overpowered by men. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الهم والحزن وأعوذ بك من العجز والكسل وأعوذ بك من الجبن والبخل وأعوذ بك من غلبة الدين وكهر الرجال. All I ask you for being this part of the next. All I ask you for forgiveness and my being in my religion, in my worldly affairs, in my family, and my wealth. All I can see my faults and come my fears. All I guard me from in front of me and from behind me, from my right and from my left and from above me. I see protection in your greatness from being unexpectedly destroyed from beneath me. اللهم إني أسألك العافية في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم إني أسألك العفو والعافية في الدين ودنياي وأهلي ومالي. اللهم استر عورتي ومن روحتي. اللهم احفظني من بين يدي ومن خلفي وعن يميني وعن شمالي ومن فوقي وأعوذ بعظمتك أن أغتال من تحتي. O Allah, creator of the heavens and the earth, nor the unseen and the seen, the Lord and sovereign of everything, I bear witness that there is no God worthy of worship but you. I seek your protection from the evil of my own self, from the evil of shaitan, and from the evil of polytheism, to which he calls, and from the evil of myself, and upon a Muslim. اللهم فاتر السماوات والأرض علم الغيب والشهادة رب كل شيء وملكه أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أعوذ بك من شر نفسي ومن شر شيطاني وشركه وأن أكترف على نفسي سوءا وجره إلى مسلم. O the ever-living, the sustainer of all, I seek assistance to your mercy. Rectify all of my affairs and do not trust me to myself at the blink of an eye. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك أستغيث أصلح لي شأني كله ولا تكلني إلى نفسي طرفة عين. O Allah, all the favors that I earn you and from your creation as received in the evening are from you alone. You have no partner, to you alone be all praise and all thanks. اللهم ما أمسى من نعمة وبأحد من خلقك فمنك وحدك لا شريك لك فلك الحمد ولك الشكر. We have entered the evening upon the natural religion of Islam, the statement of pure faith, Shahada, the religion of our Prophet Muhammad. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon him and upon the way of our father Abraham, who turned away from all that is false, having surrendered to Allah, and he was not of the polytheists. أمسينا وعلى فطرة الإسلام وعلى كلمة الإخلاص وعلى دين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى ملة أبينا إبراهيم حنيفا مسلما وما كان من المشركين. I have entered the evening praising you, and I bear witness that there is no God worthy of worship but Allah. I'm said to Hamda wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. I have entered the evening praising you, and I bear witness that there is no God with you, worship but Allah. أمسيت أثني عليك حمدا وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. I have entered the evening praising you, and I bear witness that there is no God with you, worship but Allah. أمسيت أثني عليك حمدا وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. We have entered the evening, and at this very time the whole kingdom belongs to Allah. All praise is due to Allah. There is no God worthy of worship except Allah, the One. He has no partner with Him. The entire kingdom belongs solely to Him. To Him is all praise due, and He is all powerful over everything. My Lord, I ask you for the good that is in this night and the good that follows it, and I seek your protection from the evil that is in this night and from the evil that follows it. My Lord, I seek your protection from laziness and the misery of old age. My Lord, I seek your protection from the torment of the hellfire and the punishment of the grave. أمسينا وأمسى الملك لله والحمد لله لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك الله له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. ربي أسألك خير ما في هذه الحياة وخير ما بعده وأعوذ بك من شر ما في هذه الحياة وشر ما بعده. ربي أعوذ بك من الكسل وسوء الكبار. ربي أعوذ بك من الرب في النار ورب في الكبر. We have entered the evening of this very time. The whole kingdom belongs to Allah, Lord of the worlds. O Allah, I ask you for the goodness of this night, its victory, its help, its light, and its blessings and guidance. I seek your protection from the evil that is in it and from the evil that follows it. أمسينا وأمسى الملك لله رب العالمين. اللهم إني أسألك خير هذه الأرواح فتحها ونسرها ونورها وبركتها وهداها وأعوذ بك من شر ما فيها وشر ما بعدها. O Allah, by you we have entered the evening, and by you we enter upon the morning. By you we live, and by you we die, and to you is the resurrection, the return. اللهم بك أمسينا وبك أصبحنا وبك نحيا وبك نموت وإليك المسير. O Allah, grant me well-being in my body. O Allah, grant me well-being in my hearing. O Allah, grant me well-being in my sight. There is no God with you of worship except you. O Allah, I seek your protection from disbelief and poverty, and I seek your protection from the punishment of the grave. There is no God with you of worship except you. اللهم اهدني في بدني اللهم اهدني في سمعي اللهم اهدني في بصري لا إله إلا أنت. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الكفر والفقر وأعوذ بك من الرب الكبر لا إله إلا أنت. O Allah, grant me well-being in my body. O Allah, grant me well-being in my hearing. O Allah, grant me well-being in my sight. There is no God worthy of worship except you. Allah, I seek your protection from disbelief and poverty, and I seek your protection from the punishment of the grave. There is no God worthy of worship except you. اللهم اهدني في بدني اللهم اهدني في سمعي اللهم اهدني في بصري لا إله إلا أنت. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الكفر والفقر وأعوذ بك من الرب الكبر لا إله إلا أنت. O Allah, grant me well-being in my body. O Allah, grant me well-being in my hearing. O Allah, grant me well-being in my sight. There is no God worthy of worship except you. O Allah, I seek your protection from disbelief and poverty, and I seek your protection from the punishment of the grave. There is no God worthy of worship except you. اللهم هافني في بدني اللهم هافني في سمعي اللهم هافني في بصري لا إله إلا أنت. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الكفر والفقر وأعوذ بك من الرب الكبر لا إله إلا أنت. In the name of Allah, with whose name nothing can harm in the earth nor in the sky, and He is the all-hearing and all-knowing. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو سميع عليم. In the name of Allah, with whose name nothing can harm in the earth nor in the sky, and He is the all-hearing and all-knowing. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو سميع عليم. In the name of Allah, with whose name nothing can harm in the earth nor in the sky, and He is the all-hearing and all-knowing. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو سميع عليم. Seek protection in Allah's perfect works from the evil of whatever He has created. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. I seek protection in Allah's perfect works from the evil of whatever He has created. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. I seek protection in Allah's perfect works from the evil of whatever He has created. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. Allah is free from imperfection, and all praise is due to Him. Subhanallah wa bihamdih. Allah is free from imperfection, and all praise is due to Him. Subhanallah wa bihamdih. Allah is free from imperfection, and all praise is due to Him. Subhanallah wa bihamdih. Allah is free from imperfection, and
Allah's faithful and perfection, and all praises due to Him. Subhanallah wa bihamdih. Peace be upon you. Salam alaikum. Make sure to stay hydrated, drink a lot of fluids during these hot summer days, and make sure to praise Allah. All praises be to Allah. Alhamdulillah. I was just reciting my evening remembrances. You can tell the power. All praises be to Allah. These supplications, these invocations, these prayers. All praises be to Allah. Alhamdulillah. It just fills our hearts with joy and happiness. As Allah tells us in chapter The Thunder, verily in the remembrance of Allah, hearts are assured. And this is so true. All praises be to Allah. You can feel the power in those words, those invocations, those supplications. So today I wanted to go live again. And I apologize. I was live this morning early, but it was too early for me. So I decided to just end it at after about a few minutes. And I didn't speak that long because I was basically, I didn't speak too much. I had to go sometime and then I came back, but I wanted to speak to Michael, but sadly enough, all praises be to Allah, everything is the will of Allah. He's not here now, but I just wanted to speak to him a little bit, to explain, to tell him about Islam. I want to invite him to Islam. I'm extending the invitation, the calling to Islam to him so that he might be responsive to it, that Islam is the solution to all the problems that the societies are facing all over the world. But it seems that he's not here right now. Perhaps he's busy. So I can still remember off the top of my head some of the things that he said. We spoke a little bit about the scholars, right? So the term for scholars in Islam is people of knowledge, right? The knowledgeable people, the knowledgeable folks, the people who are endowed with knowledge, right? And these people, come and then they go because obviously, people live and die, and this is what happens. So from when a person of knowledge passes away, his work, all praises be to Allah, remains, and we can see ourselves, right? And we can learn from his works. We have very, prominent figures in our history, right? One of the main names that many people know is um, Ibn Taymiyyah, right? So he's a very well-known scholar within the field of Islam, a well-known figure. Yes, and there are others as well. But yes, Islam is about submission, and I encourage people to learn about it, to read the Quran, and the Quran is the medicine of the soul, and in it has no ambiguity, no contradiction, very much unlike the Bible, which has a lot of so many contradictions, so many absurdities as well. If you read some passages, you just close the book and look at you know look dazzled or puzzled, and you feel that, what did I just read right then? Whereas with the Quran, or praises be to Allah, you learn and you see the beauty, the signs, right? The signs that Allah has sent down, the verses, and each letter has a meaning, and it's so beautiful and it's so powerful. Nothing is like the Quran. The Bible itself. Now, I don't want to disrespect, of course, people, but the truth is the truth, and falsehood is falsehood at the end of the day. So yes, the Quran is the light, right? And the Bible, it has some good things in it. What goes in line with the Quran we accept, but majority of it has been corrupted, as we all know. Allah tells us about those who write the book with their own hands in order to sell it for a reduced price and then say this is from God, well, it is not from God. So yes, some people wrote some things up by themselves, and even the Bible testifies to that when it says about the hands of the scribes. So it's very clear that this happened. But enough said about that. Enough said about that. I don't want this whole conversation to be revolving around the Bible, especially since we don't seem to be having any Christian in the chat or anything like that. So I just wanted to make a side note, I guess, Cliff Note version. Is that how you call it? Praises be to Allah. My speaking skills are getting attuned, or praises be to Allah, they're getting better. So I just wanted to speak a little bit about those so-called be aware of the women who convert to Islam, especially those who have a shady past, you know. And I'm not going to get into details about this because I don't want to, give publicity to anybody, especially people who don't deserve it. And the women are not supposed to come out and make a big announcement that they converted to Islam. Women are supposed to convert to Islam privately, and only the men are allowed to speak about their testimonies and things of that nature. Women are supposed to be silent, right? And they're supposed to be kept private in a private quarters, right? In the houses, right? And in a private, place, because woman is a private part, right? And for those who say, yes, Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, reported that the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, informed us of that. So I am not making things up, and I am not trying to disrespect women at all. As a matter of fact, before I embraced Islam, I was actually, thinking a certain way, but all praises be to Allah. Allah guided me, and now I believe that, men are of course, Allah tells us that men are in authority over women, right? Men are above women, and they have degrees over them. We as men are above women, of course, right? All praises be to Allah. Yes, we speaking the truth. Women have a lesser inheritance, right? They have the inheritance. Men have full inheritance. Women have less rights than men, of course. I mean, let's be clear. And don't listen to these so-called, people who think that they're revolutionaries of some kind, and they say, no, no, women are treated like queens and this and that. That's just they're just making things up. I apologize, it's just getting a little bit noisy, but I'm gonna try my level best to speak loudly enough. So, yes, as I said, in Islam, we believe in men having guardianship, and that men are, of course, better. All praises be to Allah. We have men, prophets were men, scholars, people of knowledge are men. And I'm going to use that as an opportunity to remind people of a woman's place in Islam. And again, if those who are sincere and wise, they will pay attention to what I have to say. Well, as the others can think whatever they want, because I'm not speaking from my personal inclination. I'm telling you about what Islam teaches. If you have anything that if it's too hard for you to swallow, too hard as a pill for you to swallow, then you have a big spiritual problem. And again, I don't want women to come in this live stream and speak, and all praises be to Allah. No women allowed on this channel, all right? It's a segregated channel. If a woman happens to be listening to me, well, she can listen to me, of course, but we won't allow women here because in Islam we believe in the concept of a partition, hijab, a curtain, a separation between men and women. No women are allowed to come up here and speak to men. It's ill advised, and in Islam, it's not permissible, all right? Because there's no, we need to stay, pure. And yes, you'd be surprised how easy falling into fornication is, especially in this day and age. And yes, the first step is to speak. So when you speak to a woman, you're on your way there towards fornication, and Allah's refuge is set from that. Don't underestimate shaitan in his deception. As Allah tells us in the Quran, not, O you have believed, do not follow the footsteps of Satan. Indeed, he is to you a clear, manifest enemy. All praises be to Allah. We obey Allah. We obey Him in what He instructs us. He knows better than us. Yes, many people, it's been proven that people can fall in love with a woman on the phone, even though they've never seen her in their lives, but just by hearing her speech, they fall in love with her. It's not me making things up. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. And they have something called phone. You know what? I'm not going to say it on this channel. I'm Muslim. I don't speak like that. But you know exactly what I mean. Phone, right? Bleep, right? You know what? So basically, yes, it happens. So we have, as men, we have to stay away from the women. And staying away from the women does not only mean staying away from specific places. It means staying away from women in general, right? So you go out down the street to go get your groceries or something. A woman is there on the street. You have to cross the street. You have to avoid her completely. You have to avoid talking towards on the same sidewalk on the same side as women. Granted, it can be hard, but it's not impossible. And Allah has given us the ability to move freely. All praises be to Allah. But stay away from women at all times, at all places. And again, I am not being extreme. All right, I'm just being sound, right? All praises be to Allah, because you'd be surprised at how easy falling into fornication is, right? And Shaitan is going to use every opportunity to try and deceive the youth, especially the youth, the young, impressionable youth, the naive, the gullible ones. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, there are some people who are very young and they don't know better, and they see a woman and they just lose it, so to speak. You know, they just fall in love. They call that love at first sight because they don't lower their gaze. And Allah instructs the men to lower the gaze, and Allah instructs the women to lower the gaze as well. It's a tool, it's for both, all right? It's not just the men, it's the women as well. Now, the women who go out, you have to be careful of these so-called Muslim women converts, because it's not done publicly. The conversion is done privately within their under their male guardians. And a woman going out on social media and saying, "I converted to Islam," this shows a lack of knowledge from these women, because they don't know Islam. And most of them became Muslim yesterday. It's not an exaggeration. It just happens to be a fact, doesn't it? So basically, they find, all praises be to Allah. Let me be clear that somebody embraces Islam. It's a beautiful thing. We're very happy. But as far as women are concerned, we don't need to hear about it, all right? Because women are simply private, right? They cannot go out and make public announcement on a speaker phone or whatever, speakers, and say, "I converted to Islam." It's okay, all praises be to Allah. Don't tell us about it. Just change your ways of life. Change your way of life, women. Wear burqas, go out with the male guardian, stay inside the houses as Allah instructs the believing women to abide in their houses, and that's all, right? All praises be to Allah. Work according to your ability, but don't come out in public, right? Women is not supposed to be out in public in Islam. Now, I have to say something. There's a very scary story right now. I'm not gonna get into details because I don't wanna speak about that. It's simply not good. But when you have these evil women, these, I'm sorry to say, I have to say it. I have to use this term, but it's not a bad word as far as I'm concerned, because it's a word that is used sometimes in formal uh, discussion. So I don't believe, as far as I'm concerned, it's not a bad word, but to some it could be. It could be offensive too, but the term is for prostitutes, whores, right? As far as I'm concerned, I don't believe that this is such a bad word. Mike, could you back me up on this? Is that a bad word? Horse? Not necessarily, is it? It depends on the context. But these women who go out, so where's the link? Would you like to join me live? You mean physically? Is that what you mean? Or would you like us to do the questions? Sure, I could send you a link if Allah wills. Just give me a minute, would you? All right, I'm back. Yeah, okay, the link, yes, right away, sir. I just, yes, we'll talk face to face. I mean, yeah, I don't usually, obviously, face to face, so to speak, right? Because I don't go, on camera, but feel free to do so. It's always nice to see your beautiful face, right? All praises be to Allah. So if you'd like us to, yes, sure. Here's the link. Sent it. Feel free to join, and if Allah wills, we'll have a nice discussion. So, oh yes, I can see you. In the name of Allah. Um, um, okay. Whoops. That's strange. I see you, but you're not added, but I added you. That's curious, isn't it? Wait, I see here remove from stage. No, mute. No.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there.
Oh, there we go.
Yes. Hi. Hi. Good to see you. How are you?
Yeah, it says
Hi.
you're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear
All right.
us?
I can hear you. Yes.
Excellent. All praises be to Allah. So yes, I sent you. We spoke. I just want to remind the viewers we exchanged emails together, and it was really nice. And we just wanted to speak more and further. So if you'd like any topic at all that you would like to bring to the table, and I will try my level best within the knowledge that I have to answer it. So yes, the mic is yours.
Okay. Yeah. We were talking a little bit about, well, I brought up the women in the Sudan being lashed for wearing trousers under Islam.
Right.
So again, then we got into Sharia. Obviously, these are big topics and we can get tangential in all sorts of ways through it. But my one question to you was, how is after 1400 years Islam isn't clear to the Muslims? You were saying most Muslims don't observe Islam correctly. You're saying women have to wear burqas, which I thought was ironic because burqas seem to be an Afghan thing. I thought you were an Egyptian. Maybe they would wear niqabs. But anyways, the veil, the wall, some people interpret that it was only meant to be for Muhammad's wives. In fact, I sent you the link to the Orthodox Muslim who was rebuking the one girl who I think made that argument. And he said it's for, all Muslim women. I'm assuming this goes into gender mixing. I don't know if you ever saw Daniel Hahikaju do a thing on Mufti Mek, had a big conference thing, and the women and men were all mingling together. And so I'm not sure where you're drawing the line here. Are you're saying there should be no gender mixing, non-Muharram males and females?
Yes.
Yet I don't know if you saw my one email. I thought it was ironic. You said you watch soap operas where men and women clearly gender mix and make out. Obviously, it's just network television. It's not a whole lot going on, but what would be considered haram in Islamic circle seem to be your Islamic circle.
So yes, I'm gonna be frank with you, as frank as I can be, because it's not gonna help anybody if we're just being shy of the truth. So we have to speak the truth, even if it goes against ourselves, our desires, and all of that. So I believe that obviously a woman in Islam is not how could I say, she has to, her body is shameful. she cannot use her body because it's a tempting, seducing tool for the man. So in Islam, that's why the woman is covering completely the burqa. And now I know that there are different interpretations of what she should wear, whether it's the burqa, the full face veil, or simply the, how do you call it, the dress, but they can show their faces and their hands. Even though those who say that they can show their faces, they mean they're not supposed to wear any makeup, any beautification. So it's like can you imagine, viewers, a woman who doesn't have any makeup? Like some people, look in the morning, if you have sisters, the viewers, and you see the woman in her natural state, so to speak. She doesn't have any beautification on her. She's not displayed. She doesn't have any ornaments. That's what should be with the headscarf. But that is a weak view, right? This view is weak. The real view is that a woman has to cover herself completely from top to bottom, and including her face, because the face is one of the most beautiful features of a person. So if she goes out, in order for her not to tempt men, not to seduce men, she needs to cover her face as well, including her hands too, and she has to be chaperoned, right, with a male guardian, in order for her to be, obviously, the male guardian would I'm sure that it happened in the past, kind of, so to speak, even in this country, but where women had to be accompanied by somebody, right? So basically, he would monitor her interactions with men, who speaks to her, and all these kinds of things. So in Islam, we're very high on this. Male authority in Islam, patriarchy, is a huge, such an important issue, such an important topic. So a woman is not supposed to just go out by herself. Now, if we can speak about the burqa in Afghanistan is not correct, because I've seen some pictures, it's blue-ish and things like that, but we believe in black, like black everything, like, so that you don't see anything, because black is the absence of color. So it's neutral, and you don't feel like looking again. And this is how a woman is supposed to be. She's supposed to lose her beauty, right? It's like she's erased from society. Yes, I know it's going to sound harsh for some viewers to hear, but this is what we believe. And like I said, I want to be frank. I don't want to lie to people. That's why a woman is not supposed to be doing many things, whereas a man is allowed to go out in shorts, right? He's allowed to go and jog and all this, whereas a woman is supposed to always wear a burqa and not show herself to men, right? And she's supposed to be, unseen, right? Like invisible to the men. And this is what we believe. Now, before I became, embraced Islam with such vigor, I used to believe that I liked, sometimes I felt a certain way for women, but ever since I became Muslim, I'm thinking, yes, this is how it's supposed to be. We have to submit, right? Women are not supposed to be beautified like this. They're not supposed to be displayed. So, yes, I really believe that, obviously, in Islam, yes, women are supposed to do that. And also, they're not supposed to go out without a necessity. And this is something that is very often, overlooked. People think that the women, as long as she's wearing something on her head, she can go out like this. And it's not true. It's not true at all. In Islam, there are some very serious, limitations on women and how they can even leave, how she's supposed to be chaperoned, as we said. She's supposed to have a male guardian with her at all times. She's not supposed to be just by herself. So in Islam, yes, the women are limited in Islam. It's a fact. And those who say, no, women are like queens in Islam, and I'm thinking, you should stop this. Are you drinking alcohol or something? You're lying. Obviously, they're trying to get the women to convert to Islam by lying to them and saying to them, yes, we'll treat you right. I mean, we treat them right according to Islam, but according to the West, definitely they're not going to be very happy, are they? Because obviously this is not how how they live their lives. But yes, in Islam, a woman is a very, let's say she's like a child, right? She's monitored, she's accompanied, she cannot be on her own. She's not allowed to travel without a male guardian also. She's not allowed to leave the country. So she's limited, right? She's a limited person. and
That's-
movements and everything, right? She's not even supposed to go to the mosque. For those who don't know, she's not supposed to go to the mosque without a male guardian taking her there
Right,
and bringing her back. So yeah,
right, right.
this is
right.
what we believe. I know it's
wali,
harsh
the
to hear,
wali.
but we have to be honest. Right, exactly.
Yeah, the wali. It's funny you say that because I went to I don't know if you ever heard of CAIR, CAIR. It's the Council of American Islamic Relations.
Mm.
They claim to be the largest civil rights activists for Muslims. And Hassan Shibli, have you ever heard of Hassan Shibli? He's got a YouTube channel. He's been on the Dean Show. He's over in Tampa. He's a lawyer. He was the director for CAIR Tampa, and then he got all the Florida chapters under him, and then he got in a little trouble with the women. Apparently, his wife posted a video on YouTube about how he abused her, and a white girl said he converted her to Islam and then married her and then cut her ponytail off or whatever. But anyways, seemed like a nice guy. I've met him a couple times.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but you're coming a little choppy. We can't hear everything. It cuts off a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. It must be all breaking up my internet. Sorry. I'm not sure what I can do about that. Testing, 1, 2, 3. How's that sound?
Yes. Maybe, yes, now it's a little better. Oh, praises be to Allah. So yes, I was saying that, yes, a Muslim is, yes, so the woman is supposed to be covered at all times. And you might say, but some Muslims believe that, yes, a very important topic I want to address right now. You said that it's only for the women of the prophets, peace be upon them, to cover the faces. The reality of the matter is that the Muslim women are supposed to emulate the wives of the prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. So if they covered their faces, the women of today should cover their faces as well. Do you agree that women must wear burqas? Yes, in Islam they have to wear burqa, and it has to be thick also, the veil. The texture, the fabric has to be very thick, so you cannot see through it. So there are entire rules about how to wear it, And in Afghanistan, they're not wearing it properly. But I believe that
they wear
I'm
like
not going to speak too much about certain things because, when we speak about Islam for real, you know how people can jump to wrong conclusions. I mean, think that we're saying things as they are. Yes, go ahead. You wanted to say something, didn't you?
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, you're saying that, I mean, they almost wear the baby blue like my shirt is here in Afghanistan, and that it should be black. But why wouldn't a white burqa suffice, considering they're in the desert? Black attracts heat. It traps heat. You think you'd at least let them wear some white. Of course, if they're not allowed out of the house, it could be hot in the house, certainly before air conditioning. It's funny. Ask Zed. I don't know if you know this guy, Asim Al-Hakim, I think is his name. A woman called in and said, I asked my husband if I could leave the house to go visit my sick mother, and he said no. And the guy said, well, that's his right. It's probably not the right thing for him to do, but yes, if he says you can't leave the house to go see your sick mother, he is your wali, he's your guardian, he has that right to do that. So you don't find that bizarre?
Yes. Sorry, I couldn't hear everything you said because of the choppiness of it all. But I did get to the last part, though, that you're talking about. Yes, Asim, the wise, Al-Hakim, that's his name, And he was telling, yes, that a man is not, if a man tells his woman not to visit her sick father, he is in the right of saying this. Is that what? Yeah, I heard about this. So, of course, a woman is supposed to listen to her husband, but obviously that's not good to say this, to tell his daughter, his wife, not to visit her sick mother, because this is wrong. But she's supposed to listen to him, And on the day of judgment, Allah will, punish them for being wrongdoing in this regard, because this is extreme. If your mother is sick, you have to go with her, take her to the hospital, wait there in the waiting area, and this is what you should do. You're not supposed to be a tyrant, because the woman, she has a mother, so it's important in Islam to maintain family ties. It's not good to cut them off. We're not supposed to. So yes, if a husband does that, hypothetically, of course, there's no real life event I can think of that where this actually happened, but I don't agree with that. But yes, the woman has to obey the husband, but it's not right of him to ask for such a thing, if that makes sense.
So can the Hizbah police come and chastise him, give him 5 lashes? I'm sorry, I was asking, can the Hizbah police come and chastise him?
I'm sorry. Yes, can you leave, and I can add you back once again, because yes, it's really, the bandwidth, I think it's called, is really not good. I don't know why. I can hear you sometimes, but some other times not so much. I enjoyed this conversation, I really do, but I can't hear sometimes what you're saying. Yes, okay. In the name of Allah.
Testing, 1, 2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Still same issue. Well, I don't know how to explain. Well, if you could type on the comment section. I know it's yes, at least you're here, so that's good. Stay here, stay on the live stream, but could you type what you want to tell me, because it's not clear. We can't hear very well. So if you could type your question, and I will answer it if Allah wills, or your statement, or anything you would like to mention. Okay, thank you. That's a good thing. So a man can tell his wife that she can't leave the house. As a matter of fact, we believe that. Oh, now it's clear again. I think the image is better. The picture quality, the quality. So yes. So a man can tell his wife what she can't leave the house. Husband, father, brother. Yes, the male guardian, wali. Yes. As a matter of fact, there's a chapter in the Quran, chapter the combined forces, Surah Al-Ahzab, where Allah says, abide in your houses. And this is about the wives of the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. The women are supposed, the Muslim women are supposed to obey their fathers, their male guardians, right? So basically, yes, as a matter of fact, a woman is not supposed to leave the house except for necessities. Like, for instance, she has to go to the hospital for medical emergency or something like this. Other than that, she's supposed to stay home, because we believe that women spread tribulation, a trial. The term for tribulation is like, it's a bad thing, right? It's something that is, that leads to problems. And this is what we believe concerning women, that when they go out like this and they are going to seduce men and they're going to do bad things, so it's better for a woman to stay home where she's protected, and where she cannot harm others and others can't harm her either. So it's like a pandemic, like COVID, right? I'm going to use this example. It's good. The COVID pandemic, the pandemic where we're told not to leave the houses unless we have a mask on, surgical mask. It's a little bit similar. Whereas actually, yes, women have to cover. Funny, Google is so liberal. The Quran does not state that women cannot leave the house. Instead, it establishes guidelines for modesty and behavior when women are out in public. Restrictions on. Yes, but how much of the restriction? And this is the same thing that we have. For instance, some people might claim that there are restrictions on everything, but is this a good restriction? For instance, it's okay in the West to drink alcohol as long as you don't get intoxicated too much or you don't harm your health. But in Islam, we believe in that prevention is better than the cure. Movement or requirement for male guardianship are generally drawn from traditional cultural interpretations, specific recorded sayings of the Prophet, and narrations, hadith, rather than the Quran itself. Yes, the report is the second source of the Islamic guidelines. So we believe in it and we follow it. And yes, this is what we believe. And so, yes, I think that the image is better now. So if you would like to say something, maybe I think we could hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes. All praises be to Allah. Much better. Yes. Now it's clearer.
Okay. So we don't agree. I think it's a horrible law, but you say under Islam, women cannot leave their houses without their husband's permission, right?
Right.
Okay. And you don't think that's radical at all?
Yes, it is radical. Yes, because of how could I say, where we're living in, right? But under an Islamic caliphate, this is the law of the land, right? And the Muslims are supposed to obey the caliph, right? And if they don't, they get punished. So,
sure.
Yes, this is no choice, right? Yeah.
Gotcha. And I mentioned Yemeni Front doing a podcast or whatever, a channel.
Sounds kind of liberal to me, doesn't it?
What's that?
I think he sounds a little bit liberal to me, but I might be wrong. So, yes. What did he say?
He wanted Bashir put back in power when he fled to Russia. And he quoted the hadith that says, if the caliph lashes your back and steals your wealth, you should still obey him. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with that?
But, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
But
so how does that jive with the idea of speaking out against injustice, fighting against injustice with your hand, hating it in your heart? If
yes,
the Khalifa is the guy committing the injustice, and then Muslims say, oh yeah, we're supposed to speak out against injustice even with our brothers, our family, fellow Muslims. But then you say, well, we got to follow whatever the Khalifa says. Doesn't make sense. I don't know if you've heard of the Mad Caliph. Now he was a Shiite, so you probably don't consider him a Muslim, but he destroyed the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in 1009. He was called the Mad Caliph because he would just order some guy killed, in his court, just on a whim.
Right.
You've had all sorts of weird rulers. There was under the Ottomans, I forget what his name was, but they called him the Kafir Khalifa because he ordered all the Janissaries killed because his predecessor tried to reform the Ottomans to be more Western in their warlike things because I guess he saw the fall of the Ottoman Empire. And the Janissaries rose up against them and rebelled against them. Obviously, you had the Mamelukes, right? The Egyptian slaves who rebelled. But anyways, the guy after the dude who tried to do reforms thought, well, the Janissaries were his downfall. So he ordered all the Janissaries killed. Just massacred them, right? You know who the Janissaries are, right? The hand cannoners under the Turks, the Ottomans.
Right.
So there's this vast history of you guys rebelling. Obviously, the Khawarji. The Battle of Siffin.
Right, exactly. Yes, but yes, so there's a lot to unpack here, and thank you for the history. I will acquaint myself with it further. But he said that the Yemenite, did he say that in Syria? Because as far as I'm concerned, if you were speaking about Assad, right, this fellow, but he was not a Muslim as far as I'm concerned. He was calling people to worship him. He was doing all kinds of crazy things. So
Well,
As far as I'm
I don't
concerned, he
know
was never
about that.
Muslim.
He's from the Alawites, which
Yes,
are
but
a subsect of the Shiites.
oh yes, exactly. So as Sunnis,
Yeah. So
we don't consider them to be true Muslims. So
gotcha.
right.
Right. But Yemeni's argument was the pipeline from Iran to Lebanon to fight the Jews in Israel has to flow through Syria. And Bashar, being a Alawite, well, he didn't even know who the Alawites were, but being a Shiite, obviously, the Iranians are Shiites or Shia, whichever, seems like the term has changed. But in Hezbollah, obviously, are Shiites. So the Iranian
Yes.
pipeline to fight the Jews had to flow through Syria to get to southern Lebanon. And so he's like, when he falls, that may break, which apparently maybe it has. I don't know. The new guy, I guess we labeled him a terrorist at one point, but now he's the head of the country. You don't hear much about Syria anymore, but obviously the Jews are now bombing Lebanon right now, and there might be a peace deal with the whole us bombing Iran stuff thing going on.
Yes. Personally, yes, I don't really, consider all these, Iranians and the Shia militias. Yes, I don't believe that they're good people. And I don't believe that they're Muslims either, because I believe in Sunni Islam. We believe that Shias have their own, beliefs. So, yes, I know that they have a lot of different groups, and I don't really know what they're doing. But thank you for mentioning these things. It's like a history lesson. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I don't really believe that Shias are, the Shias are just like the two sides of the same coin with the other disbelievers. So I don't support Iran at all. I believe that it's a corrupt country because of the Shia beliefs that they hold, and the history with the Sunnis, what they put them through. So yes, I only like Sunnis, right? As
Right,
Muslims.
right.
As
Yeah,
far as
I
the
mean,
others are concerned, not really.
The Shiite twelfthers with their 12 imams and the hidden imam,
exactly.
maybe the
Exactly.
Mahdi, but there's also a
Yes.
guy who I guess stole the black stone from Medina or from Mecca and took it somewhere else. I think he killed like 20,000 pilgrims.
Wow.
One year I was watching a lecture by Omar Suleiman on it.
Oh, him.
Yeah,
Oh, yes,
and then
I
they
see.
have a lot of subsects within themselves. They've
Yes,
broken
exactly.
off all sorts of places. So
Yes.
yeah, you can talk fear them.
Yes, it's Shias are like the kind of, I guess you could call them the heretics. I mean, there are many heretical groups, to be honest, and we're all familiar with the narration where it says that the community will divide into 72 sects, 73, sorry, and one sect will be saved. But the reality is that even within Sunni circles nowadays, people they don't want Islam as it's supposed to be practiced, in the sense that you hear a lot of people sugarcoating things. That's why we want to, we speak the truth about Islam, only the real teachings of it, not what the many liberals are ascribing to the religion. They're trying to change it, especially those women, the converts, which brings me to my other point, where they come out and supposedly convert. And there was that I don't know if you heard, but some whore who embraced Islam, and now it's just a fame move to, she just wants to become more famous. And apparently, now because of that, people are getting to know her. So, and her past, her checkered past is, so it's just these people, these devils are they're insulting Islam, right? Because a woman is not supposed to do that. If she embraces Islam, she's supposed to do it privately in the presence of her male guardians. But nowadays you have all these women converts who come out and speak about Islam freely, as if they're supposed to be doing that, as if a woman is supposed to be on social media in the first place. You know,
Right.
she's not supposed to do that. And maybe since she just converted to Islam, these women in general, they don't know better. But then after that, the Muslims who would tell her to cover their faces, to wear burqa, to wear gloves as well. The most, I guess you call it radical. Yes, it's all praises be to Allah. We are radicals in the sense that we believe in practicing Islam in its purest form. And yes, I guess you could call it radicalization if you want. And a real Muslim is not offended by these terms. He's pleased with them because
Sure.
it shows that we are practicing the real Islam and not some, like some people do. They don't practice it truly, but they just try to get an interpretation that suits them, right? That suits their desires because they don't want to offend the people. But we say to them
Right.
that a woman, yes, is private part, and even her voice as well. So yes, even as far as interactions are concerned on the internet, even that is not permissible. So yes, I guess we are radicals, Muslims, Islam, compared to the West, of course. Under Islam, this is not radical, but yes, it might be
Right.
what you believe about us, and all praises be to Allah. We accept.
Yeah, there's a video clip. I don't know if you can find it anymore, but I think Mohammed Hijab was raising money for him to build a mosque in Norway or something. And these guys
Oh yes,
were at a little
I heard
conference.
about that.
And the guy says, "Oh, who are the radicals?"
Hmm.
Yeah, no, we believe in stoning adulterers. We believe in stoning homosexuals. We
Praises be to Allah.
So yes,
Praises be to Allah. Complete
those
divine
of-
law, complete Sharia.
those of us in the West who believe in freedom will call that radical. But
Yes. I mean, before I embraced Islam, I used to feel queasy about stoning to death, but I accepted it as a Muslim because we have no choice, right? You don't have the ability to question in Islam. We have to submit, as Allah says, say we obey, right? You say we hear and we obey. Meaning, if you let your personal inclinations get in the way, you're going to lose. Likewise, Allah tells us when you flog the fornicator, right? When you give him his lashing, let not your eyes pity them. So it's a normal human reaction to feel emotional. Somebody is stoned to death, somebody is being flogged. There's a part of us that kind of sympathizes with the person. But we are told, no, put your emotions to the side, do this, don't let this get in the way of you upholding the religion of Allah.
right, yeah.
Right,
Let not compassion
exactly.
with them keep you from carrying out this law of Allah.
Exactly,
24:2.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I'm,
This is
I'm
what
well
we believe.
versed in the verse.
I
So-
can see that.
It's funny you mentioned like the women embracing Islam being on YouTube. What did you think of when Andrew Tate
Oh my
supposedly became a
gosh,
Muslim? And,
I mean,
and all the
yes.
Dawa bros loved him. You know, Ali Dawa loved him, and then
Yes.
and then there was a picture of him sitting in his bed with his Quran,
Oh my gosh.
and he was not observing hijab for a man.
Yes,
His pants
yes.
didn't go from his knees to his belly button.
Yes. I will answer you right away. I just need to recharge my device before it goes, it turns
for it.
off. But yes, thank you. And I will answer you because I have many things to say on the subject. All right. Oh, praises be to Allah. I am back. Andrew Tate, may Allah protect us, is yes, exactly. So I wanted to speak, and not just Andrew Tate, but extend it to people like Sneeko and these kinds of individuals. Now, I believe that these people are basically they are, fraudulent people. They do not represent Islam for a number of reasons. Andrew Tate, at first, we kind of fell for it, so to speak. We thought that he was sincere in his religion, but then he started making tweets about him going to church and, God forbid, commit idolatry. And then he has a very, of course, absolutely horrible lifestyle involving, bad things, he's basically living in sin, right? This is what we would call it. And he's not repentant, and he goes out in public with his, horrendous actions, and he's not reformed, and he's doing evil deeds. And right now, it seems less and less that he's Muslim, because I believe that he said certain things about Islam, without knowledge. He insults the religion in his way. He read the Quran. Yes, there's a picture of him. He was half naked. So I think that these people are basically, just trying to make money, try to gain followers, because I believe that prior to his conversion to Islam, he said something nice about Muslims. And since he was living in Dubai, as far as I'm concerned, Muslims were like very happy with that. So maybe Allah knows best. He must have thought, if I convert to Islam, people are going to be more, happier for me. And obviously, he said he converted to Islam. We can neither confirm nor deny this. I don't know of any evidence of that. I just hear that he became Muslim. But after that, he kept on, doing bad things, going around, with these dirty women and not amending his affairs, just being there with them, and they're doing bad things. He's boxing. He's doing all kinds. He has a filthy lifestyle. And I think that he doesn't even believe, because he says once he went to church when he was in Romania, he was Christian. When he was in Dubai, he was Muslim. So these people are just like a bunch of jokers, in my opinion. And they're just trying to misuse the name of Islam to fool the masses, so to speak. Just like these women, that whore who says that she became Muslim and now her fandom has increased and her viewership. These people are just, I think that they're disingenuous, and they're not truly converting to Islam, but they're trying to gain popularity. It's a popularity move. It's a way for them to reach fame or something. I believe that, yes, I believe that Andrew Tate is the worst example that has happened, because of the fact that he is, a very filthy person, as somebody who, I listened to him a little bit when I thought he became Muslim. I didn't know about him before, believe it or not. I didn't know he existed. So I decided, let's give it a shot. Let's hear what he has to say. F words every 5 sentence. He's always, parading around in his underwears. He's with these, dirty, what are we gonna call them? Dirty women, whores. And what can you say about this? Because you see this lifestyle, and he's supposedly becoming Muslim, and he's so ignorant, because he was in an interview, he actually debunked himself, because he said, when a Christian asked him, what do you believe about Jesus, peace be upon him, and he said that the Muslims believe this and that, and he didn't even know. So I think that he's just a regular guy who wants to maybe live his lifestyle and have Islam on the side, some kind of religion, but I don't believe that he's genuine at all. And
yeah, he might have even said Muslims believe Jesus is God.
I seek forgiveness in Allah. Yeah, he's so ignorant. He's so ignorant, but I think.
Well, he's an influencer.
Yes, exactly.
I'd never heard of him until he was arrested for apparently trafficking women and girls. And I guess he owned some casinos in Romania, and when COVID happened, they got shut down. And he was talking about bribing the officials, and I guess he's bribed enough people that he got off or whatever. Right? He hasn't gone to. He went to prison. That's when he converted. Right, when he was in prison.
Yes,
Romania.
I think
he's a manosphere guy or something. I guess he has some sort of like people pay him $1,000 a month for him to tell them how to pick up chicks and stuff.
Yes, yes. It's yes. It's not a yes, yes. He's speaking about how to help people commit fornication and things of that nature. So, I think he's a devil, who's just trying to fool the people, and
Right.
so
So why
far
did
the
so many
conversion to
Muslims
Islam doesn't
embrace
fool
him?
me.
I mean, Ali Dawa and Muhammad
Oh my
Hijab
gosh.
loved him.
Hmm.
And
Because
it's
these
funny
people are little kids.
you talked about boxing or MMA or whatever. I think he's a
Oh,
kickboxer. But
horrible. Yeah,
so
he's a savage.
Imran
Yeah.
on EF Dawa once told me under Islam you can't strike someone in the face, not even in battle.
Right. Yes,
I
that's
guess
what we
why
believe.
812 says strike at their necks and cut off
Right.
every fingertip.
Next. Right.
So why do the YouTube Muslim guys love all the MMA fighters who are Muslims if they win?
Mm. Yes, exactly.
Seems to be like, oh, our God's more powerful. There was one Jewish guy I think got beat by a Muslim. They went crazy.
Because
So
these people,
this is established fiqh that you can't strike someone in the face.
exactly, absolutely. These people are like little kids. People like Lily. These guys are frauds, and I can see right through them. Yes, I know that Hijab went on the ring and he fought with a guy and he won apparently, and they were all giving him accolades. They were congratulating him. They said, "Good job, you did this." And honestly, this is just ignorance because the Prophet peace and blessings of Allah be upon him told us that the strong man is not the one who can overcome others with his strength, but the one who can control his anger. And all these people do is they just want to fit in. They just want to have their lifestyles and Islam on the side. But yes, hijab is a very, in my opinion, not somebody to take knowledge from. Although I would say that he recites Quran with eloquence and a beautiful voice. I have to say this. I do like that about him, his recitation of the Quran. But as far as the MMA is concerned, and it's not permissible for us Muslims to engage in, and these weird people who say, "How come you prohibit us from playing MMA?" I don't see what's so fun about going to look at people beating the heck out of each other, and how you get your kicks. It's kind of strange to me, but yes, in Islam there are rules on battle and what to strike, what not to strike, how to, face the infidel when you face him. So all of that does not permit striking the face. But these people, they just want to have their cakes and eat it too. To have their cake and eat it too. And they say, yes, what are we supposed to do? And this guy, Farouk, who is a devil as well, and nobody should listen to him. And he was basically making excuses for striking somebody in the face and saying it's okay to do that. These people this is exactly what I was saying before, that the community has been infiltrated, sadly, by those disbelievers, those hypocrites who are trying to change Islam from within. And they're doing, so far, a pretty banged up job because nobody's falling for that. Nobody who's truly sincere, that is. But yes, I believe that these people are just giving ammunition to the disbelievers by showing them that we can do that as well. We can participate in MMA. We can be Muslims and do this at the same time, and beat people up, and just to win some kind of a title, to be mentioned in circles. We just want to do that, and that's why these people are just famous. But they're little kids in Islam. The Lily and this guy, these hijab. No, they're just kids, and they're not necessarily, like I said, hijab. I have my differences with him because he doesn't speak the truth most of the time concerning Islam, but I like his recitation of the Quran. So, but they still have to learn.
So, but it's interesting talking about the rules of war, right?
Right.
So, obviously, there's an Old Testament law about not cutting down fruit-bearing trees. You see this reiterated in the Hadith: don't cut down trees. But then, when fighting the Banu Nadar, Muhammad orders date palms cut down. Also, you guys claim like in battle you can't, desecrate a body or whatever. But after the Battle of Badr, Aben Mushad, whatever, the dwarf cut Abdul Jahal's, I don't know how you say that, Jahl,
Yes.
cut his head off and brought it back to Muhammad.
Mm.
And he wasn't like chastised for that or anything.
Mm.
So you guys seem to have these rules and then you bend them, right? That you say no killing women and children in battle. Okay, good rule. Then if you look in the 19th book of Muslim, I think it's 43:21, when asked about the killing of the women and children of the polytheists, Muhammad said they were from them. Now, apparently the question was where to bury them. He was saying bury them with their people, but he didn't disallow night raids, even though he killed women and children in night raids.
Because they're the exceptions that we have. So sometimes, yes, there are exceptions. So, for instance, not striking the face is not permissible. But of course, if somebody is, like we are told, do not eat pork unless you fear starvation.
Right.
But yes,
but that's in the same line. Do not consume the flesh. Right. 5:3. Today we have perfected your religion. Do not consume the flesh of swine unless hunger overtakes you. So, but
yes,
there's one hadith that says don't cut down trees, and then there's another one where Muhammad says cut down the trees. Allah will reward you for the trees you've cut down and burned.
Yes. So, yes, I believe that, yes, this was good for the time. The Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. We trust him. So if he said that, he does not speak of his own inclination. Everything is revelation, right? So
can't
all praises be to Allah. We trust him in everything.
Can't any caliph says this is good for the time? Right? I mean,
so
look at like the 1822 massacre of Chios, where the Ottomans killed every baby under the age of 3, forced every woman over 40 to convert or die, and the other women as sex slaves, right? I mean,
so that's a pretty rich history. All praises be to Allah. Feel free to share it with me, please, because so I can acquaint myself with it. I would really like to do that, to learn more about this history. But yeah, thank you for all that. I'm being called. I have to go. But I really enjoyed our talk right here, right at this time. It was really good. But yes, dinner is ready for me, so I have to go. But thank you for joining. It was a very interesting conversation. Feel free to come back and speak any other time, God willing. It was really nice. And we'll keep exchanging in our emails, and feel free to send me any documentation you'd like for me to go through. So, yeah, I guess that's a wrap.
All right. You have a good one.
Thanks, you too. Thank you for joining.
Yep, no worries.
Thanks.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, thank you to all. Thank you to Mike for joining. And all praises be to Allah. And thank you. See ya.